So good morning, all. So this is our 46th lecture of data structures and algorithm. And after first midterm, it is first lecture. Up to first midterm, we have covered stacks, queue, linked list, and searching and sorting. So some sorting algorithms we have already covered, and these were insertion sort,
Insertion sort,
selection sort, merge sort, bubble sort, and counting sort.
counting sort.
These five sorting algorithms we have covered before first midterm examinations, and linear search and binary search also we have covered in the first midterm examination. So now we are moving to the next sorting algorithm, that is quick sort. So that was not covered before first midterm. Now I am going to cover this sorting algorithms, and after that I will move on to the fourth unit, that is tree. Okay. So first of all, we are again coming on to the sorting. I think my screen is visible to you all.
No, sir.
Okay, okay,
Your
yes. Yeah, I have not shared yet. I am sharing it. So you just tell me. I think it is visible now.
now, sir, it is visible.
So quick sort algorithm. Again, sorting is arranging the elements in either ascending and descending order. We have seen many algorithms of different kinds, out of which someone is useful in some cases, some other ones are useful in the other cases. So depending upon the requirements, we can use or we can choose the sorting methods that we can apply. This one is, okay, NB, tell me what is the time complexity of merge sort? Time complexity of
N
merge
log
sort,
n.
n
N
log n.
log
So
n.
time complexity of the merge sort was n log n,
N log n.
where n is the number of inputs, the number of the elements in an array. Okay. So now we are starting the end. One more question I want to ask. The basic of merge sort is actually, or I can say on which technique or which sort of algorithms.
Divide and conquer.
Yes, merge sort is
Divide and
merge sort
conquer.
uses divide and conquer approach, in which we divide the major problem or the given larger problem into the smaller sub problems till the sub problems are not easily solvable. In that case, we have seen that the size of our sub-problem will be 1 at the end, and that will always be sorted. Single element array is always sorted. That is how we are solving it, and then we will combine the results to get the result of the whole problem. Conquer step, and then finally combine step. So again, this quick sort also is based on divide and conquer technique. Okay, it is also uses the idea of divide and conquer. It means in this we will also divide the whole but given array into smaller sub arrays, and then we will perform the sorting into the smaller sub arrays. Okay. Now it finds how it works actually. It finds the element which is called the pivot element. So please remember that it takes the element out of the given element of the arrays, one element as a pivot element. Okay, which divides the whole array into two parts. How we will divide the array? The logic will be, it will be in such a way that elements onto the left sides of that pivot elements are smaller or equals to the pivot element. The pivot element, the element is that element which is used to divide the array into the two parts. Okay, and one onto the left of that particular element, pivot element, all the array elements will be lesser than, or at most they will be equals to the pivot element. And onto the right side of that particular element, all the elements must be greater than that pivot element. That will be the logic
Sir,
of our program.
सर एक मिनट सर, यहाँ पर एक अगर कोई एलिमेंट पाइवट एलिमेंट्स के इक्वल है तो वो भी तो पाइवट एलिमेंट हो सकता है सर.
The
दो भी
pivot
दो
elements, pivot element only be a single element. One element will be taken as a pivot element. Okay, we will take a single element as a
Okay,
pivot
sir.
element. We will not take the multiple elements as a pivot element. So this is a single element. So that what we need to remind is कि pivot element के left, onto the left of this elements, all the elements must be lesser than or equals to, and onto the right of that all the elements must be greater than. Equals to sign can also be there onto the right hand side. It doesn't matter at all actually. Whether the similar element will be onto the left or right, it doesn't matter. So the basic is onto the left all the elements must be smaller, and onto the right all the elements must be greater. So we need to do something like कि pivot element इस तरीके से set हो जाए. Okay, that is what the logic is. So in this way actually we are dividing the whole array into two arrays. Now all these lesser elements need not to be sorted. The thing is that all the greater elements need not to be sorted. Okay, in this way we are actually dividing the whole array into two parts. So once the position of pivot element has been fixed in such a way कि सारे छोटे element left में आ गए and सारे बड़े elements right में आ गए. So how we have, what we have got is we have got two different arrays now. We have divided the whole problem into two sub problems. So this array and this array, right, left array and right array. Now we will start the same thing with the left array and then again with the right array. This is what the logic of this. Okay. So basically three steps are there. First one is finding the pivot element and divides that into two halves. Okay. So finding the pivot elements, even here I should actually write, we find the position of pivot element. I should write. For this particular time, like for like right now, we can say that the finding the position of pivot element that divides that into two halves, and then quicksort apply the quicksort onto the left half and apply the quicksort onto the right half. Okay, so that is what the basic three steps are there. So now we will see how we can do it with the example. So please be concentrated. This is again a very important algorithm. It will also be of n log n time. So it is again a very good algorithm for sorting. So two major algorithms are there which are having the n log n complexity, that are merge sort and quicksort. That is very good actually. So consider the array that have the 6 element right now, 5 2 6 1 3 4. Now we need to arrange the elements in ascending order using the quicksort. This is our unsorted array. So indexes I have already mentioned over there. Like upper first row is indexing and second row is elements of the array. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 the indexes, and 5 2 6 1 3 4 are the elements. Okay. Now what we need to do? First of all, we will find the left variable. We will take a left variable which points to the lower bound of the array. It means the first element of the array को point करेगा ये. And similarly, we will take the right one which initially points to the last element of the array. Is it okay? So initially the size of array is
5
n 6. It is 6 actually. In this case it is 6. In general I can say it is n element array if I am having. So initially the size will be n. Okay, like in this example it is 6, not 5. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 elements are there.
Yes sir, yes sir.
So left is a variable which holds the initial position of the first element of the array. Okay, so हम लेफ्ट वेरिएबल ले रहे हैं और एक राइट वेरिएबल ले रहे हैं जो कि इनिशियली पॉइंट कर रहा है फर्स्ट को और लास्ट को रिस्पेक्टिवली. नाउ पाइवट एलिमेंट वी विल टेक. सो फर्स्ट एलिमेंट विल बी टेकन एज अ पाइवट एलिमेंट and it holds the index value. Okay, so concentrate on that. What is pivot element is? Pivot element is the first element of the array. हमने अभी क्या लिया है pivot element? For our safe side or for our convenience, this is a very easy way to take the element, first element as the pivot element. Okay, it could be any element now. Now you can ask me at the end. I will discuss. Okay, for this time, please leave it. मैं इसको बाद में डिस्कस करूंगा पाइवट एलिमेंट क्या हो सकता है. सो फॉर आवर टाइम कन्वीनियंस इज द एट दिस टाइम वी आर टेकिंग द पाइवट एलिमेंट एज द वेरी फर्स्ट एलिमेंट ऑफ द एरे. 5 जो है वो हमारा पाइवट एलिमेंट है अभी. ओके, नाउ हमारा पर्पस क्या है और टास्क क्या है? वी नीड टू मूव और वी नीड टू शिफ्ट द पोजीशन ऑफ 5 in such a way that all the elements left to that particular 5s are lesser than that, and all the elements greater than 5 that will be on to the right of the 5. तो हमें 5 को इस तरीके से मूव करना है कि सारे छोटे एलिमेंट्स उसके लेफ्ट में आए और सारे बड़े एलिमेंट्स उसके राइट में आ जाए. ये चीज हमें करनी है. ठीक है, तो ये हमारी assumption हुई स्टार्टिंग की. लेफ्ट विल पॉइंटिंग टू द फर्स्ट element, right will be pointing to the last element, and pivot will be pointing to the first element again of the array. Okay, now what? Like it is initially pointing to the first element. We have taken this consideration for this particular algorithm. Now we will quicksort this array, left, right, and pivot. What we will do? We will the basic logic. First understand the logic, and then I will move on to the next slides actually. Okay, ताकि पहले से थोड़ा सा clear रहे आप लोगों को. How we will do is, okay, right now the pivot element is 5. Okay, now what we do is we will start from the right. We will start from the right. Okay, now right. First of all, first element is 4. Is 4 is less than 5 or not?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
where it
sir.
should be? It should be onto the left of 5
Left
or
side.
Left hand side.
left.
That's 0.
नहीं, where it should be, I'm just asking कि where it should be.
Left of 5.
5.
Left of 5.
So what we need to do, how it can be onto the left of 5? It is by swapping. We will swap 4 and 5. Again, listen carefully. We will start from the right because we have assumed that pivot element is at the first position. So we need to start from the right. If we assume that pivot element will be at the last position, then we will start from the left. Okay. Now, suppose 4 is the rightmost element. So we will start with the first element, scanning the element starting from right to left. In this direction, we will move. First element is lesser than that, then we will swap it because it should be onto the left side. तो अब क्या होगा, यहाँ 4 आएगा और यहाँ पर क्या आ जाएगा 5. तो पाइवट एलिमेंट की पोजीशन कहाँ चली गई, अब यहाँ चलेगी. सो पाइवट एलिमेंट, ये जो पाइवट है वो कहाँ आ गया, यहाँ आ गया. इज इट ओके? Now we will start from left, sorry. Now we will look at that. 4 is definitely lesser than 5, so it should be right. It is actually in the right direction, right position. Then on 2, is it onto the right position? Is 2 is lesser than 5?
Yes, sir.
So it should be into the left. ये left में ही है. Now 6, क्या 6 छोटा है बड़ा है?
Right
ये
of
बड़ा
5.
है, राइट में शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. राइट में शिफ्ट
So,
होगा सर.
हाँ, कैसे शिफ्ट होगा?
स्वैपिंग.
स्वैपिंग के थ्रू शिफ्ट होगा. तो हम क्या करेंगे, 5 and 6 की स्वैपिंग करेंगे. 5 कहाँ आ गया, यहाँ, एंड 6 कहाँ आ गया, यहाँ. Is it okay? Now the array is actually 4, 2, 5, 1, 3, 6. I will show you completely with this slides. मैंने slides बनाई जो दिख जाएंगे आपको. Now again pivot element is at that position. Pivot element कहाँ है अभी, यहाँ है. Okay. Now again starting from the right direction start करेंगे. So the element is 6. Is it okay with its position?
Yes.
Now 3, is it okay with its position?
No.
So we will swap it. So 3 and 5 will be swapped. So 5 is there now and 3 is there. So now the elements are 4, 2, 3, 1, 5 and 6. Now pivot element is at that position. Okay. Now again starting from the left. So 4 is okay, 2 is okay, 3 is okay, 1 is okay. It means कि now if all the elements or either onto the left side or onto the right side are okay, then it means कि the position of the pivot element is okay. Is it okay? Now 5 you can see is at its position. Overall यदि मैं देखूं कि sorted array में 5 की position कहाँ होनी चाहिए?
4th position.
4th index.
तो क्या वो आ चुका है? Is it now at 4th index?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is how the pivot element is at its position. So जो मैंने आपको पहले बताया था, find the position of pivot element and then divide the array into 2 halves. So we have done the first half. We have find the position of the pivot element. Is it okay? So pivot element
Sir?
position is, yes.
Sir, we are saving the element position in pivot or the element itself?
We are saving the position of the element. Definitely position of the element.
सर तो फिर तो ये बार बार चेंज हो रहा है ना पोजीशन. इससे अच्छा हम एलिमेंट ही
हाँ.
सेव कर देते हैं.
No. position, let the position change, and now the position is fixed. Why we are taking position? Because we need to divide the array into two parts, and on the basis of the position only we can divide. We cannot divide the array into on the basis of the values. Can we? We cannot actually. On the basis of values, we cannot divide the array into two parts. Only on the basis of position, I can divide the array into two parts. Or on the position of indexes, we can divide the array into two parts. Yes, it is okay or not?
ओके सर, क्योंकि
So
वैल्यू
please
तो
repeat.
एक से ज्यादा भी हो सकती है.
I am repeating. क्या हम इस array को values के बेस पे डिवाइड कर सकते हैं टू पार्ट्स में? क्या ये
नहीं
बोलूं
कर सकते.
5 2 6 को एक संग रख लो, 1 3 4 को एक संग रख लो, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं हम?
नहीं कर सकते सर.
Logically, we cannot do it. What we can do is we can divide in this way. 0 to 3 could be the one part, index value. 0, 1, 2, 3 could be the one part, and 4 and 5 could be the other part. Is it okay? Yeah, ये बोल सकते हैं हम लोग.
Yes, sir.
So that's why we are taking the position of the pivot element, because on the position of on the value of that position, or sorry, on that position we can divide the array into two parts. Let us see how first. So now the index value of yes.
Sir, we are executing this whole quicksort operation on a single element, that is 5, and we are
Yes.
choosing it from the 0th index.
Yes.
Sir, whatever the element we are having on the first index, we are going to execute it for that.
Yes. For right now, I am assuming and I am saying that you have to assume it. The first element of the array will be the pivot element.
So sir, we are indirectly choosing 5 for the pivot operation, for the quicksort operation.
Definitely, we are choosing. It can be any element. I will come on that point at end. मैं आऊंगा इस पर कि कोई सा भी एलिमेंट हो सकता है, लेकिन अभी एक बार समझने के लिए आप केवल ये समझो कि हम वी आर टेकिंग द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट एज अ पाइवट एलिमेंट. दैट इज द इजीएस्ट केस ऑफ द क्विकसॉर्ट. ओके, should I move?
Yes, sir.
So now position 5 of 5 की position is fixed now, and it is at the fourth index. Now can we divide the array into two parts? How? First will be 0 to 3, and last one second will be only 5. Let me repeat. 0, index number 0 to index number 3 is the left part, okay, and index number 5 to index number 5 is the right part.
4 to 5.
Because the element at the fourth is now at its position, and that pivot element position we have find out. Pivot element. And now we can divide the array into two parts. One is from left to say position. Position is another variable which is actually pointing to the index of that particular pivot element. Position minus 1, and next one is position plus 1 to upper bound, or right, you can say in this case.
Here position is the position of pivot element.
Definitely, position is the position of pivot element.
पोजीशन
That is
माइनस
why-
1 is लोअर बाउंड, यानी लेफ्ट साइड, और पोजीशन प्लस 1 अपर बाउंड, इट इज राइट साइड.
Sir, it will be the position plus 1 or only position, because we will means eliminate the position element then.
Definitely we are eliminating the position element. That is what the thing of the quicksort is. We are trying to fix the value of or the position of the pivot element. So what is the need of accessing it again and again? We will not access it again. Once the position of the element has been fixed, so we will not going to access it again. That is why we have removed, or we have like eliminate the position now. Is it okay?
सर पोजीशन प्लस 1 इज वे इस पोजीशन पर सर 6 वैल्यू है सर. हाँ 6 ही है.
So lower bound to position minus 1, it means 0 to 3, and position plus 1 to upper bound, it is 5 to 5. Like by default, or sorry, by chance in this case, last element is a single element, and that is why we have having position plus 1 and upper bound as the same value. Is it okay now? The idea is little bit like, I think, clear now. what we have to do, or I need to repeat it again.
So, sir, we have to divide the array in two portion where we found the pivot element.
With the help of pivot element, we will divide the array into two parts.
Is it not compulsory that we have the array in equal parts? We can divide it in.
No, not at all. Even one more thing I want to add in that case, जरूरी नहीं है कि आपके हमेशा one like two parts ही दे बने. Maybe we will get only the single part also. That is what the thing of quicksort is. That is how it is different from the merge sort also. In merge sort, it is definitely we have two parts. Okay, but in the case of quicksort, it is not necessarily that we will get the two parts. There may be one case in that we will get only the single part. I will come on to that also. Okay, and the thing is again the thing is that the size of two different arrays will not be same. Like in the case of quicksort, merge sort, हमने देखा था कि every time we are dividing it into n by 2, n by 2. N is dividing into n by 2 and n by 2, n by 2, n by 2. But in this, we will not divide in this way. The size of subarrays may be differ. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So every time in divide and conquer, it is not necessarily कि आप हमेशा same size की problems को create करें. It is never required. Okay. In divide and conquer, the size of subproblems could be any, as per our requirements or as per the logic of the algorithm. That is what I want to convince. Is it okay now? Do I need to repeat it again, or I should come like मैं वापस एक बार slides पे आते हैं लोग. Let it be.
सर एक बार रिपीट कर दो सर.
I know that. Okay. Now remember this rule. All the elements to the right of the pivot element should be greater than that pivot element. Okay. And all the elements to the left of the pivot element must be smaller than the pivot element. So right now initial values are this. Left is pointing to the first element, right is pointing to the last element, and pivot is pointing to the first position. That's why it is above index. It is pointing to the indexes. Okay. Now as the pivot element is pointing to the left one, so now we will start from the right. We will start from the rightmost element that I have already explained with the help of pen. Now it is through slides, you can check it. So what we will do, we will check. Okay. What we will check, pivot element is 5 and right element is 4. Is pivot element is lesser than the right element? No. So what we will do, we will swap it. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
When we will
Yes, sir.
swap, is it okay? Now suppose 7 will be
Okay,
there.
sir.
Instead of 7, sorry, instead of 4, it will be 7. Then what will happen?
No swapping.
No swapping.
Swapping
No
नहीं होगी.
swapping sir.
Okay, then swapping will be at this 6 now. यदि यहाँ पर 7 होता है initially, then the swapping will be at 6. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So now next one is we have swapped. In this way we have swapped. So now the elements are 4, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5. Is it okay? And now the pivot element is actually at the right position. So pivot element यहाँ आ चुका है मेरे पास. Position हो गई है इसकी. Okay. Now we will start from the left. So pivot is 5 and left is 4. So do we need to swap?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No sir.
swapping.
क्योंकि
Next. So what we will do in this case, we will move the left now. हम left को move करेंगे and moves towards right. So अब now tell me whether 5
No
is greater than
swapping.
2 or no? Yes. So
No
it is
swapping,
greater
sir.
than that.
6 को स्वैप कर देंगे सर.
6 हो जाएगा ना क्योंकि बड़ा है उससे.
नहीं. Will 2 be swapped with 5 or not?
No.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
No.
सर यस कैसे हुआ ये?
5 is greater than 2 or not?
यस.
5 is greater than 2 or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
That is what I have shown. It is yes. So we need to move to the left one position towards the right. It is okay. Now 5 and 6.
Swap.
Then we will swap. So it is, the condition is not true now. Now so we swap the pivot and the left. So we will swap 5 and 6. 5 and 6. In this way it will be swapped. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Wait for a minute. Yes, slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we are swapping it 5 and 6. Then again the pivot element position will change. Now it is 2. Because pivot element is at position number 2 right now. Okay. Now we will start from where? Either left or right.
Right.
From right we will
Right,
start.
sir.
Okay. So we will start from the right and we will move towards the left direction. So now we'll check 6. So do we need to swap it? 5 is less than 6. Yes. So we need to
Yes.
swap it or not? No, we need not to
Yes.
swap. And we will move one position towards left direction. So now the right is 3. Now we will compare 5 and 3. Is 5 is less than 3?
No.
Yes.
No, sir.
So do we need to
sir.
swap? Yes, we will
Yes.
swap.
Yes,
Then 3 and 5 will be swapped. Pivot will be at now
4.
4. So pivot will be
Four.
at 4 now. 4 now. Now we will start from left or right?
Left.
Left.
Let's start from right. So now we will move left one position towards right. So we will at now 1. Yes or no? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Correct,
Now,
sir.
now we will check 1 and 5. So again, we cannot swap 1 and 5 because 1 is already lesser than 5. So we will not swap right now. So now again, it is moving towards one position right direction. So now left and right is same. Now both left and right are pointing to the same element of the array. Is it okay? यहाँ तक clear हो गया सबको? That is what I have already explained through the pen. Yes or no?
Sir, the condition which we are checking from moving left to right as 5 greater than the next element and from right to left as 5 is less than, can we change it or reverse it?
Not getting you. What you are saying? Please repeat.
Sir, the condition which we are checking when we are moving from left to right as 5 is greater than 3 or 5 is greater than 2, and when we swap them, and after that when we move from left to right to left, then we are checking 5 is lower than another value. So sir, can we reverse these conditions of checking?
If you are choosing the pivot element as the leftmost element, then we need to start from the right. If you are choosing the pivot element as the rightmost element, then we can start from the left. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It varies according to your pivot
Position
element.
of pivot element.
Very good. Position of pivot element. So whatever the element you have chosen as the pivot element, it decides कि क्या choose करना है आपको. From where you need to start. From right to left you are moving or left to right you are moving. Any other question? So
if we choose private element as a mid index, then
definitely, if we can take the pivot element as a middle element, then we can start from either of the direction, either from the left or the right. Doesn't matter at all. Now let me clear the concept of pivot element. Okay, बहुत सारे confusion हो रहे हैं तो मुझे clear करने दो. Pivot element can be any element of your choice in the array. कोई भी element हो सकता है pivot element आपका जो array है उसके अंदर से. Is it okay? For the convenient and for the like our easiness, we are taking the first most element as the pivot element. It could be the last most, it could be the middle one, it could be the second, it could be the fifth, and whatever it is. Okay, so based on that, like how you can choose the pivot element, it also depends. कैसे choose करना है, कैसे, कहाँ, कई बार logic क्या लगता है कि we can take the element which needs the minimum swapping. And suppose if you will choose, you just look at that first slide. Okay, so suppose I took the 6 as a pivot element. Then what? Tell me. What we will do? What we will do is suppose we start writing from the. We will start
Left to right.
checking from the right. Okay, it means 4. So only one swap is required to make 6 at its position. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Right now, if I am taking 5, then how much swapping we require? First 5 to 4, then 5 and 6, then 5 and 3, and like at least 3 swapping we have done in order to keep the 5 at its position. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
intelligently one can choose the pivot element also. So some algorithms are also there that will help to get the pivot elements. So it can be chosen such that we need to perform the minimum number of swapping actually. Is it okay? Yes
So,
or no? Yes.
so as in this example,
Yes.
so we have chosen 5 as the pivot element.
Yes.
So please show the example.
Okay.
Sir, so now we are starting from the right hand side and we have compared 4 with the pivot element and we have swapped their positions. Now 4 is at 0th position and 5 is at 5th position. So
Yes.
now अभी आपने बोला कि now since the pivot element is at right hand side, so we need to start from the left. So why we are comparing again with the first element 4? We are not
No.
increasing the number of steps.
No, we are not comparing with that. We are comparing from the 2 only. We just see over there.
So here,
Here you are saying na?
So fourth
So-
और fifth तो अपने positions पे आ गया ना.
हाँ, but like 4 and 5 is आप कह रहे हो ना, ये तो स्वैपिंग तब है जब आपका फर्स्ट एलिमेंट 4 हो गया है. तो सपोज जब आप मिडिल में स्वैपिंग करेंगे तो आपको कैसे पता लगेगा कि स्वैपिंग लेफ्ट मोस्ट एलिमेंट से स्वैप करना है या नहीं करना है? जब आप सपोज स्वैपिंग इज ऑफ से कम ऑन टू दैट नाउ 5 and 3 आपने स्वैप किया है ना. So now from where you will start?
Left hand side.
From left you need to start actually. We have fixed that from left we need to start. So now I am not starting from 2, 4. I am starting from only 1, 5 and 3. So I am starting from the left actually. So कहाँ से start करना है ये पता कैसे लगेगा? So for that we have fixed that from left we will start. So whatever will be the value of left, we will start from there.
Sir, yes. तो अगर हम left से start करते हैं तो now left is at 3. We are comparing 5 with 3 again after swapping.
Yes. If after swapping we are comparing it.
Yes, sir. So this
Every
doesn't
time we need to
increases the
do it.
number of
ना?
steps.
नहीं, ये आपको लग रहा है, लेकिन कुछ सिचुएशंस ऐसी होंगी जहां पर हमें स्वैपिंग अच्छा मुझे बताओ फिर कहां से स्वैप करोगे? One thing you can do is you can start from left plus 1.
Yes, sir.
That you can do it. So we will try to apply this thing into our algorithm. जब हम प्रोग्राम बनाएंगे तो हम इसको अप्लाई करने की कोशिश करेंगे. Will it give us the same result or not? Okay.
Okay, sir.
So for right now, what we are assuming is we are assuming that we will start from left or either we will start from right. Okay. So this is what the point is. हम कहाँ थे? We were there actually. Now this time as left and right are pointing to the same element of the array, and this time 5 is the pivot element and it is at its sorted position. I have already explained कि 5 will be at its position. Now, okay, now all the elements which are at the left of the pivot are smaller and all the elements which are at the right of the pivots are greater. That is what we need to do. In this way, we have divided the whole array into 2 sub-arrays. Yes or no? So pivot element, with the help of pivot element, we have divided the whole array into 2 sub-arrays. That is what the divide is. In the divide and conquer technique. तो हमने divide and conquer में divide कर दिया है. And parallelly we are getting the result. यहाँ पर ये भी चीज देखिएगा आप लोग. So in divide and conquer 3 steps I have already explained. Divide, then conquer, and then combine. Divide, it means कि dividing the problem into smaller sub problems. Conquer means कि getting the result, and finally combine means कि combining all the results to get the overall result. So in some problems we need not to perform the third step, that is combine. So like in merge sort we need to combine. आपने देखा था कि we need to start from the bottom to move to the top. But here in this quicksort we are not going to perform combine step. Here we are only performing 2 steps of divide and conquer, that is divide and conquer. So divide we have done, and at parallelly we are getting the result, that is 5 is at its position. So we need not to combine it again. हमें combine करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी इसको, because the array, the value 5 is at its position now in the array. So ये जो array बनेगा ये sorted array ही बनेगा last में, तो हमें result combine करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Is it okay now? So in this way we have divided into 2 sub arrays, that is left sub array and the right sub array. We will now again start the quicksort for left and the right sub arrays one by one. Okay, so what we will do, we will again calling the same function with some different parameters and 2 times. How many times we will call? 2 times. Like suppose initially I have called quicksort. Suppose I have initially called the quicksort for 1 to n. So now in recursion, in this recursively, suppose I need to call it. So what will be the parameters now? Quicksort for left
1 to pivot
1 to POS minus 1.
1 to pivot minus 1. Okay, and next one is
Pivot plus 1 to upper bound.
pivot plus 1 to upper bound. Or right, whatever it is, n. So in this way we will divide actually. Okay, now look at that. We will start from very initial value again concept.
सर एक
So
बार
left,
दोबारा बताना डिवाइड कैसे किया है? QP minus 1.
मैंने initially समझाया था ना वहाँ पर कि 1 to position minus 1 and 1 position plus 1 to 1 n. Like suppose this is the case, 5 is at its position now. So what I have done is I have divided into 2 parts. From 1 is 0 to 3 and last one is 5 to 5. एक तो ये part हुआ आपका और एक ये part हुआ. So it is 1 from pivot element minus 1 and it is pivot element plus 1 to upper bound here right.
Okay, sir.
So again this part, now I am working on this part only. Okay, left part, left sub array I am working. So left is 4, first value, right is the last element, and pivot 1 is the first element. Is it okay? Same thing we have done again. So now 4 will be compared with 1. Yes or no?
Yes.
We will start from 4, comparing 4 and 1. So it is 4 is not lesser than 1, so we need to swap it.
We will swap.
Yeah.
We will swap.
Right.
So 1 and 4 will be swapped. Yes or no?
Yes.
So how, like now again we will start from right.
Right.
So now look at that particular thing. That is the case where we are getting only one sub problem. I am repeating, this is the case where we are getting only one sub problem. In the previous example, in this case, we have got how many sub problems?
2.
2. Okay, left sub array and right sub array. दो हमने obtain
sir.
करी थी. But now in this case, how many sub arrays we have got?
1.
Only one sub array. How? And that sub array is this. After swapping link, this will be swapped, and 1 and 4. Okay, and this sub array is there. No right sub array is there. We have got only left sub array. So in quicksort, there may also be possible that the problem will not be divided into 2 sub arrays. We can only get single sub array. Yes or no? And ये कब होगा? When the pivot element is either at the right most position or at the left most position. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Have you got it?
Sir, please repeat.
Like when we will get only one smaller sub array, कब हमें मिलेगा एक ही sub array? जब either pivot element is at the rightmost position, like in this case, pivot element is now at the pivot element क्या था हमारे केस में 4 था. Now is it at the last position? It means it is at the right. है ना? And
Yes, sir.
we have found that all the other elements are smaller than that part. Now we will not swap anything. Can we swap now? Is there
No,
any
sir.
element
No,
which
sir.
is greater than 4?
No, sir.
No element is
No,
greater than
sir.
4. So this is how with the last position is now. So now there is no swapping required, and 4 is at its position. So now you can say that the sub arrays are only one, that is left sub array. No right sub array is there. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
कैसे? अब देखो अपन इसको लॉजिक लगाओ स्टार्टिंग से वापस. So once I have swapped 1 and 4, I have got this. Now from where we will start? From left we will start. And I have found that 1 is less than 4, no swapping. 2 is less than 4, no swapping. 3 is less than 4, no swapping. So now left कहाँ गया अभी बताइए? Left
Right
move करते करते कहाँ गया था?
Position -1.
हाँ, तो पोजीशन -1 पे आ गया और अल्टीमेटली पोजीशन पे आ गया. अल्टीमेटली पोजीशन पे आएगा ना. लेफ्ट एंड राइट बराबर हो
Yes,
जाएंगे
sir.
दोनों. अल्टीमेटली लेफ्ट एंड बराबर हो जाएंगे. तो हमने यहाँ पर स्टॉप किया अपनी स्वैपिंग को. सो नाउ आई कैन से ओनली वन सब array is there. So is it okay?
Okay, sir.
So मेरी दो कंडीशंस होंगी चेक करने की. एक कंडीशन क्या होगी? मतलब स्कैनिंग करने की. यू कैन से स्कैनिंग फ्रॉम राइट स्कैनिंग एंड लेफ्ट स्कैनिंग. सो टेल मी, यहाँ पर हमने स्कैनिंग कहाँ से स्टार्ट करी? इनिशियली वी हैव स्टार्ट फ्रॉम राइट. एंड कब तक स्कैनिंग करी?
जब तक
तक
पाइवेट एलिमेंट
array-
अपनी पोजीशन पे नहीं आता.
I am talking only first scanning, that is right scanning. I have, please listen carefully and understand first and then answer. I have start from the right and I start scanning the element. Scanning, I am not swapping, say use word. I am using the word scanning. 5 I have, like 4 I have scanned, which is less than 5. 3 I have scanned, which is less than 5. 1 I have scanned, which is less than 5. Now 6 I have scanned, which is greater than 5. So कब तक scanning हुई मेरी?
Until the element is
Up to
greater
Jab
than,
tak pivot
until the element is
Element is
less.
greater than the pivot element.
Until the element is greater than the pivot element, or vice versa, until the pivot element is lesser than the पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट। तो एक तो स्वैपिंग तब तक हुई और एक स्वैपिंग कब तक हुई ये देखो, अब आप बताना। इन दिस केस कब तक स्वैपिंग हुई? 1 2 3, ऑल द एलिमेंट्स आर लेसर देन दिस। तो हम कहां तक आ गए?
पोजीशन तक।
पोजीशन तक आ गए, until the left is not equal to position.
So,
Or-
but we are checking the condition for lower than only, na? Then it is not equals to, then it will come till the second index only. For the third index, it will be false.
For third index it will be false.
Yes,
No,
sir. Then
I have included that equal to sign also ना। मतलब theoretically what I have said you कि till, या तो हम, मैं वही कंडीशन बता रहा हूँ आपको अभी कि या कब तक आप जब तक स्कैनिंग करेंगे तब तक या तो बड़ा एलिमेंट नहीं मिल जाएगा या छोटा एलिमेंट नहीं मिल जाएगा, या फिर लेफ्ट और पोजीशन या राइट और पोजीशन बराबर नहीं हो जाएंगे। ये मेरी सेकंड कंडीशन है ना, जो हम व्हाइल लूप में लगाएंगे। इज इट ओके? We will use two conditions in our while loop for like comparing the elements. One condition is either I am getting the smaller or the greater element, and second one is either I have reached up to the position, left is equals to position or right equals to position. Is it okay? क्योंकि यदि लेफ्ट और राइट, लेफ्ट पोजीशन के बराबर होता है, राइट पोजीशन के बराबर होता है, इसका मतलब क्या होगा कि all the elements are lesser than onto the left, or the elements are greater onto the right. Yes or no? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Now you just look at that. So like अब जब सारे एलिमेंट मेरे छोटे हो गए हैं तो फाइनली क्या हुआ? When this swapping is done, 1 and 4 is done, then what now? What we will do now?
We will swap. We will do the other half.
Is there any other half?
No.
No. He is talking about the right
5 and
half.
6, sir.
No, 5 is already at its position. We will not touch 5 now. We will not touch 5 now. हम 5 को वापस से इंक्लूड नहीं करेंगे हमारी कैलकुलेशंस में, ये ध्यान रखिएगा आप लोग। तो दो जो सब एरे बने हैं मेरे पास, वो कौन से सब एरे हैं? ये हैं और ये हैं। 5 will not be in the calculation now once the position of 5 has been fixed. So now these two sub array, so this particular array 4 is being sorted now, 4 अपनी पोजीशन पे आ गया, and now which sub array is there? Only this sub array. So single element is always sorted.
Always sorted.
If the lower bound like position we can say, what we can say is what term we have used over there is, we have used the term position plus 1 and upper bound. If they are equal, then it is single element. Similarly, if lower bound and position minus 1 are same, then it means there is a single element onto the left also. So we will not again going to sort it. That is what the logic of quicksort. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
So in short, what we will do is, first of all, we will find out the pivot element. Okay. Then, if the pivot element is at the left, then we will start scanning from the rightmost element, and we will scan until two conditions are there, until either the element which is lesser than the pivot element is found, or the rightmost element is equals to the position of the pivot element. तो ये दो कंडीशन तक हम मूव करेंगे, एलिमेंट को स्कैन करेंगे, एंड इफ सम एलिमेंट व्हिच इज लेसर देन द पाइवट एलिमेंट फाउंड, वी विल स्वैप इट, बिकॉज आवर मोटो इज टू मेक put the pivot element at the position such that all the elements to the left of that pivot elements will be lesser than, and all the elements to the right of that pivot element must be greater than that pivot element. And in this way we will get the two different arrays, and we will perform the same thing onto the two sub arrays individually, one by one. This is somehow the logic of that quicksort I have written. It is not actually the logic, it is the function, you can say directly what I have written over there. So look at that. Let us have a quick look at that, because 12 o'clock is already there, but we have a time because this is lunch time. So that is the last slide actually. So quick sort, look at that what I have passed over there. क्या पास किया मैंने यहाँ पर? It is a list array, it is the first and this is the last. So is it clear to all now? What is a list? This is an array of 10 elements, integer first, which is pointing to the
First element of the array.
Pivot
last-
element.
Pivot element. In this case, pivot element.
Upper bound.
बच्चे first is the first element. Don't be confused with the first and pivot.
सर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, ये इस केस में सर पाइवट एलिमेंट फर्स्ट एलिमेंट है, ये कह रहा हूँ मैं.
मैंने पूछा है आपसे कि ये फर्स्ट क्या है इस वक्त. What is first?
फर्स्ट
I have
सर
asked
इन
Low
एरे का
bound.
फर्स्ट एलिमेंट होगा.
first element of the array. So I have not like asked you what is pivot element. मैंने पूछा कि first क्या है यहाँ पर बेटा, ठीक है? So list is an array. First is the first element of the array and the last is the last element of the array. Yes or no? इसमें देखो आप, जो मैंने आपको यहाँ बताया था, left and right. That is what this left and right. Is it okay now?
ओके
Pivot
सर.
element तो अब आएगा. Pivot element को हम assign करेंगे. Pivot element will be the left element. Okay, so now look at that. We have declared over there 4 different variables. Like first one is pivot, I and j, and temporary. Temporary is for swapping. I and j is for looping, and pivot element is the pivot is for holding the pivot element. So now अब हमने कब तक loop चलाया ये देखो आप. First of all, but condition is when first is less than last. जब तक first जो है last से छोटा है तब तक ये काम करना है. Pivot element को हमने क्या assign किया? First element. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
is
sir.
again the first and j is again the last. So instead of first and last, what I am going to use now? I and j. For our convenience, I have changed, that is I now is first and j is last. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
है ना? Then I am moving on to the left. Oh sorry, while loop. जो क्योंकि अब हमें repeat करना है. Why while loop? Because I need to repeat the particular scanning. So how many scanning we are doing actually? Right scanning and left scanning. You can see from that how many scanning we are going to do. First is from right to left and one is from left to right. So I am giving the name right scanning, from right to left, and from left to right I am giving the name left scanning. Is it okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now again come on to that. While I is less than j, condition is same while first is less than last. Now look at that particular while loop. That is very important. This particular while loop and the second while loop. Tell me which one is for the right scanning and which one is for the left scanning.
So the top one is for right.
Sir,
Sir,
first one is
वाला
le-
right, second के
First one is for the right scanning and next one is for the
left scanning.
confirm.
Confirm sir.
सोच के बताना.
सर फर्स्ट वाला लेफ्ट स्कैनिंग होना चाहिए ना, लेफ्ट टू राइट जा रहे हैं हम, और
Good.
सेकंड वाला
First one
राइट
is-
स्कैनिंग
हाँ,
राइट टू
हाँ,
लेफ्ट.
What is I? I is first and in this
आई
I am
फर्स्ट
increment-
पोजीशन है.
So I am
Yes,
incrementing the value of I. तो आप इंक्रीमेंट कब करोगे? लेफ्ट में, जब आप लेफ्ट से राइट स्कैन
सर
करोगे.
हाँ, लेफ्ट से राइट जाएंगे तब
जब
इंक्रीमेंट
आप राइट से लेफ्ट जाएंगे तो हम राइट को क्या करेंगे? डिक्रीमेंट करेंगे. So when I am decrementing, then it is right scanning, and when I am incrementing, then it is left scanning. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So now
Yes,
again
it's
look at
clear.
that while loop. How many conditions I have put over there?
2.
2 conditions.
Two conditions are put there.
है ना? First, like look at that. When I is less than or equal last, जब तक कि वो लास्ट से छोटा है तब तक चलता रहे, एक तो है ना. और दूसरा list of I is equal less than or equals to list of pivot element. So like here what I am doing is I am comparing the elements. Look again coming on to the example. हमने क्या किया? राइट स्कैनिंग देखते हैं हम लोग. एक्चुअली दिस वन इज. सो हमने कब तक स्कैन किया? या तो वो एलिमेंट छोटा है वहां तक, है ना, या जब तक कि वो एलिमेंट लास्ट से छोटा है, और ये दूसरा जब तक कि पोजीशन और वो एलिमेंट बराबर नहीं हो जाते आपके। हमने यहाँ देखा था, ये देखिए लेफ्ट एंड राइट। सो एरे एट द लिस्ट का लेफ्ट एंड लिस्ट का पाइवट जब बराबर हो जाएगा तब तक हम इसको स्कैन कर रहे हैं। ये समझ में आया? वही कंडीशन हमने यहाँ पर लगाई है, लिस्ट का लेफ्ट एंड लिस्ट का पाइवट जब तक छोटा है तब तक चलेगा या बराबर होते हुए चलेगा, जो अजय ने पूछा था हमसे बीच में, दैट कंडीशन वी हैव पुट ओवर देयर। एंड दूसरी कंडीशन इज व्हेन i इज लेस देन लास्ट। सो इफ i इज इक्वल्स टू लास्ट तो वो ब्रेक हो जाएगा। i इज इक्वल्स टू लास्ट का मतलब समझ में आ रहा है? Index's value reaches at the last. All the elements are this one. All the elements are smaller than the 4. In this case, left कहां तक जाएगा बताइए?
2 तक।
ओहो, लेफ्ट कहां तक जाएगा? 4 तक जाएगा बच्चे। 4 तक जाएगा ना, लास्ट जब बराबर हो जाएगा तब तक जाएगा वो। लेफ्ट में इंक्रीमेंट होगा, 2 पे जाएगा, 3 पे जाएगा, 4 पे जाएगा। तो यहाँ आप कंडीशन चेक करो, i इज लेस देन लास्ट, तो इक्वल होते क्या होगा? ये कंडीशन फॉल्स हो जाएगी और हम बाहर आ जाएंगे, तब हम इंक्रीमेंट नहीं करेंगे i को। सिमिलरली आई हैव पुट द कंडीशन इन दिस व्हाइल लूप। यहाँ थोड़ी सी मिस्टेक हो गई है, यहाँ ये आना चाहिए लिस्ट ऑफ, क्या आना चाहिए बताइए? चलिए लिस्ट ऑफ, tell me first. You can refer the upper loop also. Tell me.
List to
J, sir. Greater than equals to.
Pivot plus 1.
Not pivot plus one, pivot element. That's it. But like here we are only trying to provide the condition. That's it. Again, look. This is not the thing. It is actually a list of is this and j is, tell me
Less
what,
than last.
Less than I.
first or I. J is less than first. Greater than first or less than first?
Less than first.
Greater than.
J तो हमेशा greater होगा ना?
Greater than.
J तो हमेशा greater होगा, तभी तो माइनस करेंगे उसको, डिक्रीमेंट करेंगे। J index J will always be greater than the lower bound. And similarly, index I will always be less than the upper bound. So here we are trying to increment and decrement the values of this. And suppose if I found something where we need to swap, and in that case, what is the condition of swapping? Whenever the value I is less than j, I is less than j. So what we will do? We will swap it. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
If I is less than j,
Any doubt now?
okay, sir.
I know that some confusions are there. You need to revise it actually. एक बार आपको अपने आप से पढ़ना, अपने आप से इसको ट्रैक करना. Okay. Again, at the last, what we have done is we have called 2 times the quick sort. List first j minus 1 and list j plus 1 to last. So here first is the lower bound to position minus 1 and position plus 1 to last. जो हमने वहाँ देखा था, initially मैंने आपको बताया था. So that is some like I think कुछ तो डाउट बचे हैं लोगों के मन में, तभी चुप हो गए सब लोग. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. कुछ नहीं, काफी सारे
So
बच्चे हैं।
I suggest you all should go through once, and then in the next class we will try to resolve the issues if you have any.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
but for that you need to compulsorily go through once. Then tomorrow we will have a class at 10 o'clock tomorrow is Tuesday, so we will have a class at I think 1:30. So by that time, you all need to revise this particular algorithm. I will going to share the slide with you, okay, right now. And when you will come back into the tomorrow's class, then if you have any doubt, then only we will go. Otherwise, I will start from the tree. अब ये आपके ऊपर है कि आप कितना पढ़ के आते हैं. Is it okay now?
Okay, sir.
So please like try to revise the whole slides of Quicksort and then come up with some problems.